Just
Wow.
like scrolling, and I'm just like, there's so many bloody games, man.
So many games, so little time.
Some of them
So
I'm like,
many.
I'm sure I watched most. I watched all of these trailers, but I'm looking at some and I'm like, the hell's that? What's that one?
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Welcome to the Loading Time Podcast, everyone. And we are doing another episode because that's just a state of so many games.
State of so many games, yeah.
So the state of play was streams a few days ago, as well as other live streams of things. So we just thought we'd do another episode just to talk about all of that. I'm Demi, and joined by Elijah and Sean.
Yo.
Chocolate Sean. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. I didn't watch State of Play from the beginning. I think I was busy doing something. But like I watched it from a certain point, and it just seems like there's just so many games coming out. But there's certain games that have like stood out for me, and maybe just some certain games that stood out for you guys as well. So if should we do a rundown of like key kind of like games that have come out? That are going to come out. Yeah. So let's start with State of Play. Did you have a link?
I have the Xbox One and the Summerfest one, but the I have State of Play one too. But it's the way they've listed it is like one by one. I can do it.
Okay.
So it was Baby Steps, which this one doesn't go by big hitters. I think it's literally like alphabetically. Baby Steps is the one where you have to like control the guy's legs and he can fall off cliffs and stuff. I think it's just like a gag game. Bloodstained, The Scarlet Engagement is again the indie. Well, Bloodstained is still kind of indie. Can, which I think is a climbing one, indie again. Digimon Story Time Stranger, which I have no idea what that's going to be like. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. Final Fantasy Tactics. Ghosts of Yote.
Yeah.
Hirogami. First Light, the James Bond game. Lumines arrived. I forget what Lumines was. I think it was a puzzle game. That was like one of the first things they showed, and I didn't even know it was a game. I thought it was just special effects. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which is the one that I actually got off my chair for.
I screamed, bro.
I was like, Jesus
I screamed
Christ.
like a little girl.
I saw Arc Systems like, what?
Yeah.
We'll go into detail about that.
I had to like not look at my WhatsApp, but you guys were going mad. I was like, I kind of my WhatsApp now to see what's happening. Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound. It's another 2D one, I think. Or is it?
It's a Metrovania.
It's another 2D
Metrovania,
one.
yeah. Metrovania.
Okay, because there was really one. Neo 3.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Pragmata, the one with the girl and the robots.
Pragmata? It looks
all right.
Yeah, look good.
Project Defiance, which I have no idea what this is. Maybe that's just literally just a wireless fight stick. Oh, it's just a fight stick. I don't know why that's on the list. It's not a game. Romeo is Dead Man. That confused the hell out of me.
Yeah, that was very
It
weird.
reminds me a little bit of like, what's that one with that guy with the swords?
No More Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, reminds me of No More Heroes. Sea of Remnants. Silent Hill F. Jesus. Sword of the Sea, which was same thing to do with the just like a cozy exploration game, I think. Thief VR. People were talking about Thief for years. Tides of Tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I have in this. I thought there was more though. There's like Resident Evil as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Lies of P Overture. My list has stopped for some reason.
Oh, was that still State of Play? Or was
that was all State of Play.
Okay.
There might be more. In fact, I might have missed some. Maybe IGN will do a better job of telling me if I've missed anything.
Yeah, those are the main ones, I think.
Evilist Chronicles was thingy. Oh, I found a better list now. This is better. IGN for once have done something. Sorry, IGN. That was probably not fair.
Pretty mean.
What did I miss? Because they just give everything 8s. Okay, I think that was everything. Yes,
nice.
That's everything I can see.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I've got a list for Summer Games Fest.
Do you want to talk about the State of Play first? Because there'll be too many games.
Yeah. Let's quickly get that out. Yeah. Anything standing out for you?
Tokon Fighting Souls, obviously. I haven't bought a beat 'em up game in years because I think the last one I bought was Guilty Gear X something. Is it Exert or
Yeah.
whatever?
Remember
Yeah.
Exert, yeah.
And I literally only played it like 4 times and I never played it again. Even though it's good, it's just different mindset now.
It's a big commitment, man.
It's different mindset.
Yeah.
I never played the original Ghost of Tsushima, but
Yeah.
no, I mean it's even on my PlayStation account, and I probably should get it. Oh, you played it then?
I play it, yeah. I haven't played it in a while. But
maybe I should
it's
try
good.
it out.
Yeah, so
good games ready.
I thought it aged a little bit, but yeah.
Neo 3, I'm tempted by. Neo 2 is also on PlayStation Pass or whatever. I'll call it PlayStation Pass now. And I've been tempted to try it, but I'm just like, so many games though.
Yeah.
I think out of that list, that is all that I'm interested in. But what about you guys?
Elijah?
For me, Marvel Tokon number 1, just because I'm a fighting game guy. I'm not really a tag team fighting kind of guy, but it looks quite interesting. But essentially, it feels more. Well, a lot of people thought, oh, this is kind of like a Marvel v Capcom 4, but I think it's going to be more Guilty Gear-ish or Blaze Brew like with the 4v4 elements. You can even tell when you look at the trailer when it's just they're all speaking Japanese and so I think, okay, this is an Arc System kind of game. So it'll be very interesting to see how they play because they won't play like how they play in Marvel vs. Capcom. It'll be very different. If you look at things like Guilty Gear Strive, how there's so many characters, but they all just play differently. That's the thing I like about Arc Systems games. Like you can see that they've got a lot of flavors, not just these are the same guys that got the same type of moves and just doing the same. You can win any way you want to.
The charge, the what's the real thing again? I can't remember. The Shoto stuff.
The Shotos, you got the puppets. It's just really weird. You see the characters and they tend to come out quite regularly. Like they've got regular characters that every couple of months, a new character, which is nice. They've got like a huge roster and they have to have a big roster with a 4v4 players type of style.
That's true.
Which is nice. So you're going to see a hell of a lot of characters.
That would be good.
So now it's like theory crafting. Who can come in? So it's going to be really exciting. And it's spare some thoughts for Project L. Well, they're formerly called Project L, but like 2X, bro. They just. I kind of feel for them a little bit.
Is this the
one of League of Legends?
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to like hold back on releasing that because this.
Yeah, and it's supposed to come out a while ago as well.
Is it okay? This is still probably has quite a lot of time behind it. To be honest, I mean they didn't have a release date.
2026. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, wait, let me double check that because I'm almost certain it was 2026.
Yeah, I think it was 2026.
It might, well, it may not flop, but it won't do as well as they want it to. If this game
when is Project June? No. Yeah, they said 2026, but they didn't give an actual month. But yeah, 26 is the launch year. And Project L, I think whatever it's called now, 2X, whatever it is coming out also
next year.
Next year, so boy, it's peak. Yeah. And it's also multi, it's a tag team kind of game.
Tag team.
Direct competition, man. It's peak. It's actually peak, bro.
Yeah.
Before I start saying something about Tokon, actually, Demi, what were your ones?
Things that stand out for me. Definitely Pragmata. Is it Pragmata? Yeah, that looks really good to me. Of course, Marvel Tokon is the top. When I watch these things, nothing really excites me that much. But when I watched that, I was like,
"Tight!
Oh my god!" I was screaming. I was like, "What?" Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden,
the Metroidvania one.
Yeah, the Metroidvania one. I love my Metroidvania, so that looks pretty good. I'm curious about the Dead Man one, but it just looks so weird. So I'm not sure. Sure it's my type of thing.
I'm looking and I'm like, this looks like a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about it. I'm curious to hear more about it, but I'm not sure. This is the one that stood out to me the most, really. Maybe Neo 3, but I've never really played Neo that much.
Yeah, same.
But
I'm worried. Not worried. whenever they release new Marvel vs. Capcom games, they simplified stuff. You lost your mediums, and then you lost. Am I wrong? Yeah, you lost your mediums, and they also simplified another way. I think did they do two? Well, they like Arc System have a system of doing like in DBZ
mode. Yeah,
where combos aren't low, medium, hards.
Yeah, they're auto combos.
They're auto combos, which I'm not a big fan of personally. I find it hard to like. I feel like you end up having very that's wrong actually, because when you see the DBZ combos, they're mad. But I feel like when you're playing it, it's hard to like. Your openers are always kind of very similar, whereas in like something like Street Fighter, like the medium kick, Sakura medium kick, or Kami medium kick is just like a staple, clean, just like opener.
Yeah.
And you make decisions based on the distance of the to the character and stuff. But in DBZ, that isn't in there. And Marvel vs. Capcom had a similar thing where it's like based on the character you're using, your reach was important, the abilities you had very important. And obviously they're showing a lot of that in this anyway. You see the combos, you're like, these combos are nice. But if they make it simple style, like, I mean, again, I'm not someone who's like a professional beat 'em up, person. So there are other people obviously who have better opinions on this, but I never really liked the simple combo system much, which I think they might end up using because it's Arc System.
Yeah. You gotta sort out netcode, bro. That killed the DBZ fighters.
Yeah, if the netcode is rubbish, I'm barely good. That's the only reason way I'm going to play it is online. Like I'm not going to play it at home.
Who are we going to play with our wives?
I mean, yeah,
maybe yours, but
so 4v4. But no, I hear you. They need to sort out the netcode, and I mean, I wish it would be more like Guilty. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, it'd probably be more like Fighter Z.
Well, I don't know. I'm hoping that what they'll do is that they will try and like they'll look at MVC and be like, okay, this is the stuff that MVC is popular for. Because even the launchers, when you say the launcher is very MVC like. I don't remember what the launchers lie in DBZ. Even they have launchers in DBZ, right? And the launchers in Guilty Gear that I remember aren't part. You can link it to a combo, I think, but they're not integral to like combos. It's almost like a different route you can take. They're like overheads.
Yeah.
But in MVC, they're built into the system. It's just like something you want to do to extend your combos. You just do that. So I'm hoping that they'll try and like merge the two things together. Obviously, the assists are something that you can already see, but assists exist in Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And also, I think do they exist in Guilty Gear? I don't know, actually. The newer ones. I'm not sure.
The assists, no. Guilty Gear don't have assists. So
I'm hoping that
I think they said that it's like the life bar is very different. So it's not everyone has a life bar and everyone's life bar has to be depleted. I think they're all linked. So that life bar dies.
It did say that. Yeah, when you just play as one person, and then have 3 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember 4 characters, bro.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even the last one I played, I think it was Marvel Capcom, the one before the rubbish one, like the last one I played.
Not 3.
Yeah, and that was like X-23, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. When I saw Ghost Rider, I was like, yes, Ghost Rider. Who did I say I even bloody use? Like, I definitely knew more than 4 people, but I would probably only stick to those 4 and never ever go anywhere else again.
Yeah,
because you didn't really have like time to play around, or you just be like, oh, I'll just throw in this weaker one I'm trying out as a 4th. But yeah, we just see what they do with it.
Yeah,
just pick your top tiers and
nice.
Should we? Did I say mine already? I think I did.
I think so. Yeah,
you did. Yeah.
Should we move over to the summer games?
Yeah, why not? So what we got here? Summer Game Fest. I got a list from Eurogamer. I think is this the full list? I think so.
Mine has 57 games in it.
Jesus, that's a lot of games. One of them is Mortal Shell 2.
That looked good, even though I don't play Mortal Shell, but that looked good.
Yep. Death Stranding 2.
Which always looks good, but I'm never going to
play it. Depending on the reviews, I might play it.
Yeah. Was Death Stranding successful then, I guess?
It was
I think
just
it was like. Go on, Elijah.
So no, and I feel it was okay. It was just that it got a bit repetitive. It was just too much.
Okay.
Just not doing much at all. A lot of walking and stuff, going to places
Most
and
of
having
it
to
is
control
walking.
it. Yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know how
a
people
niche.
like that game. Yeah.
It has a niche following. Like there's the guy I watch. So he does like a gaming podcast as well, and I watch a bunch of his. I think it's Friends Per Second podcast, and he has I can't remember what his channel's called again, but he loves Death Stranding. Like but he sort of sees it as what it is. Like, cause I think some people when it first came out, they were like, "Oh, Metal Gear Solid."
Yeah,
they expected that kind of gameplay or something similar to that gameplay. Like, but Death Stranding doesn't have a lot of gunplay, but they put more in this one. But it's still optional. Like, it's not a main facet of the system. It's really just about connecting, like, places.
Okay.
Basically, it's more about that than it is, and just how you do that. Less so about like confronting all these like things that are sort of in your way. They're like just to add tension. They're not really supposed to be. You're not really supposed to engage them. The engagement isn't part of the system. But in the second one, they've done more. But apparently, from what he's played, it's not. They haven't made it like this crazy gunplay game. It's still very similar, but it just has more like depth to it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. There's Chronicles Medieval World. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really understand what the gameplay was.
Sonic Racing Crossworld.
Again, don't know why.
Yeah, it's got different guest characters. Someone from Yakuza, someone from.
Just make them run. I don't understand why.
Minecraft Steve.
Yeah, but Sonic's only faster, so what's the point?
He's slower in the car. Just put everybody else in like.
He's gonna make it fair, right?
So it's so strange, but anyway, from a design point of view, probably has to put them in cars. But
Code Vein 2, End of Abyss.
I forgot what that was even about. But yeah, they had a lot of games.
Mouse PI for Hire.
Yeah, that's the second one.
That looks interesting.
That's number 2. There's been number 1 of that already. It's just like a funny cartoon-based like FPS.
I think I recognize it. Game of Thrones: War for Westeros.
Yeah, that I don't know what that is. Yeah,
they still can't redeem themselves from that atrocious final season.
It's just too little, too late. Why?
And then they did House of Dragons season 2, which was meh.
Really? Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Atomic Heart 2.
Which also looks really weird.
Yeah. The Cube.
Which is just a version of Atomic
Heart. It looks like it, yeah.
It's like a multiplayer deathmatch version.
Yeah. She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Good for them.
A bit of Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Yes, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
nice.
Gonna be
That's a good. That's
I don't think I watched the trailer.
You should watch it. It's a good trailer.
Yeah. I've been craving for an Onimusha game, to be honest, for a long time as well.
I never played the originals.
Dude, it's so good. Just don't play number 4.
Really good.
Just don't play 4.
Yeah.
Just don't play 4.
Yeah.
Or anyone after 4. Just play up to 3 and then stop.
It's just one of those series that passed me by.
Yeah. Felt that boxing. That looks so
that
weird.
Looks that surprised me. I was so like, because I think I've seen that technology on Twitter like years ago when they've done the dummies and they're just, but they're not. It's not recorded. It's all real time, and it looks like crazy Punch Out. Like it's insane.
So
how
funny.
They've done that. Yeah.
Killer In.
Oh, that's the one where
the hell is that?
Yeah, the premise is interesting, but I don't know if it will actually work because basically what it is like you get people. I don't know how many players, but you have players in this sort of like inn essentially, and some of them are wolves, some of them are sheep.
Okay.
Right? And the wolves are killing people, and the sheep have to figure out who the wolves are based on the evidence that the wolves will leave behind when they kill someone.
Like Among Us.
Like Among Us, but more stuff.
Okay.
Because you're not. I don't know if you go around like doing chores. They didn't say that, but essentially what it was like both teams can basically shoot each other. Right. It's not like you're trying to do stuff and stuff is happening in the background. Like you're actively like trying to like find out who the wolves are, and the wolves are basically trying to kill you. But I think you can still fight back in a sort of strange way. And when you find dead bodies, you can basically then like find evidence that proves that this person is a wolf or whatever. But it doesn't explain like, you know, turn by turn how it actually happens.
Okay.
But that's the premise. And I'm like, as a premise, it's cool. I just don't know how it would work because you expect it needs all the players to basically play along. And you give them so many other things to do. Like the fact that you're letting them shoot each other. I'm like, people are just going to shoot each other. They're not going to, you know, try and like solve puzzles. I mean, in my head, you're giving them quite a lot of other options to do rather than playing the game the way you want to play the game. So I'm not sure how it'll work, but that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they could always use a patch to just make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay. They've got so many games.
They do.
I need to try and breeze through them. So Arc Raiders.
Yep.
Dune Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Odyssey.
Yep.
Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Okay. Wuthering Waves 2.4. Metroidvania Mio. I've never seen that. I should look into it because I like Metroidvanias.
Yeah, I think I know that one. It's a little robot guy or something.
Lego Voyagers looks actually quite interesting.
Never played the Lego game.
Yeah. So you play as Lego pieces, and you join them together and stuff like that.
It seems that they're going through the roots of the split fiction stuff.
Yeah.
Split Fiction was
or the other one
success.
For Split Fiction. Yeah.
What was it? Take Two. It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Mafia: The Old Country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Out of Words,
which is similar to you like the Split Fiction stuff again.
Okay.
All
right. Lies of P Overture DLC. Fractured Blooms.
Like a horror game mixed with life sim type thing. It's okay. I don't really understand. I didn't quite get it, but it seems like you grow stuff, but you might be things you're growing might be from dead bodies. It's hard to tell.
Okay. I'm just gonna skip some that I know we're not going to be interested in. We're not going to be interested in Seven Deadly Sins. Nope. Mina the Hollower.
Yeah,
if you're into your old school stuff,
like Hollow Knight and stuff.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, no one cares. Deadpool VR, who cares? Dying Light, The Beast. Okay, Scott Pilgrim EX. The First Descendants Breakthrough. Mind's Eye, A New Hitman.
Yeah, that's true.
That was good. It's just weird because the 007 game is made by the makers of Hitman.
Yeah, I think the Hitman shows up in one of the 007 stuff.
I
know that's like a different game. I'm not sure.
Yeah. What else? Skip. Blighted.
Yeah, I didn't know what that. I don't remember what that is.
Okay.
I'm sure I saw it. I don't remember what it is.
Something called Mecha Break.
I forget again as well. I think you're all in the mecha and just doing stuff. Like shooting other people in mecha.
Street Fighter 6 Season 3 pass. The characters.
Hey, people hate when they do that. So essentially buy the vanilla game and you're having to spend your money to get all the characters. Yeah. And then they just release basically an arcade version when they have 1, 2, and 3, have all the characters in for like a reduced price. Like, what's the
teeth.
But I hate when they do that.
So the roster is Sea Viper, Sagat, and
Alex, and a new character called Ingrid.
She's been in it before though.
She was in
like Street Fighter Alpha or something.
One of the.
Yes, so it was in Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Oh, her, yes.
Yeah. So she's.
Was she playable though? Was she playable?
Yeah, she was.
I never.
Okay. A new Wu-Tang Clan game.
Oh yeah.
Remember we used to play Taste of Pain?
Yeah.
That was
I remember
funny.
Where they're all ninjas. Some of them are ninjas.
A game called Into the Unwell.
Which
sounds familiar.
It looks like
a
bit like Cuphead, but it's like doesn't play like Cuphead, but it's more of a like is this Souls-like kind of thing or a roguelike?
Yeah,
probably a
roguelike
game. But it looks like very like Cuphead vibes. Okay. Resident Evil 9, of course.
Yeah, that
being the
trailer
most
looked good,
popular one.
even though I have no idea what
I don't know what's going on.
What's going
but
on, but it looked good.
Yeah, and that's all the interesting ones.
Yeah, I'm looking through the ones I have, and I don't think we missed any of the.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I don't think you missed any of the big ones, but yeah, what are you guys? Is there anything? I mean, I don't own an Xbox, so
Neither do I.
most of these games are gonna have to wait till some of them are already out on other, like Guild Wars 2 is here, Street Fighter 6 is here. Most of this stuff are already out on other systems.
And Silk Song as well, which I think that
Silk Song, but
no, that was a Summer
yes.
Game Fest. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, but Silk Song it will be on. This Summer Game, but it will be on Xbox. Like some of these will probably be on a mix of consoles, I imagine. But yeah, anyone that you guys said you're looking into, sorry.
Nothing really stood out that much to me, to be honest. Either other than Onimusha. Yeah, it's only really Onimusha that stood out for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
because there's some games I saw and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try that, but nothing that I was like, oh, not like Marvel Tokon, basically.
Yeah.
Like I am playing more Souls likes these days, which makes me think maybe I can try Mortal Shell 2, but I didn't really like the first one that much when I saw it. I was like, it looks cool, but it's quite short and quite it was quite short in its gameplay, so I was like, I'm not going to bother to get into it. And Code Vein is also a Souls-like, but when I get slightly like turned off by super like Japanese-looking games these days, because I think there's so many of them that I'm not saying that they're even bad or anything, but I feel like they're kind of one note, like all the gacha ones. Basically, apparently they have really really fun like mechanics and combat and stuff, but it's very very like farmy.
Right.
Like even Kazan, which I'm really enjoying, really, but it's really just about the combat. It's like the stories. Like you want something a bit more like you're playing Expedition at the moment, and this feels a lot more like you have the story, you have the combat, you have the character.
Yeah,
it's a lot more like well-rounded as an experience. And sometimes I feel not all Japanese games. This is just me saying that because there's so many of them that you just get this external feeling of it'll probably just be kind of grindy and kind of full fan servicey and stuff. I feel people like Code Vein 1, but when I saw it, I was like, it's just like all the others.
Yeah, I get it.
The same as Chrono Odyssey thing. Looks cool, but it's just going to be like all the other ones, all the other Korean looking ones that are just like really grindy. But anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Should we move on to the next bit?
Yeah.
That's
nice.
I got the list.
Nice. It's nice. So
go on.
Cool. So I'm just gonna introduce the concept here. So of course, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Wait, something.
I thought you were
we're going to the Xbox showcase first.
Oh, we're going to the Xbox, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, I can go through it.
Yeah. Let's go run through it. Let's run through that.
Outer Worlds 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, where I saw that actor. I can't remember his name, and I was like, "Why are you in this thing?" and then it was Call of Duty, and I was like, "Oh, I've lost interest completely."
Oh God.
Ninja 4 Gaiden, which looks
good. Very bloody.
Tony Hawk's, which has been a while for some people. Tony Hawk's is back. Grounded 2, people like Grounded 1, so why not? Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War is fun, but I'm not going to get that. Indiana Jones, very quick sequel to the Indiana Jones game, which I was surprised about.
There was an Indiana Jones game?
People love it, yeah. The original, there's an Indiana Jones game that came out like earlier this year.
Really?
Yeah. People really liked it because it was like like first person, and you had loads of options in how you could like approach situations. So you can just pick stuff up and just throw it at people. Like people really enjoyed it. It was quite they really liked it. So I'm just surprised that another one has come up so quickly. But people are going to like that. Clockwork Revolution, which looked cool. It looks very sort of like BioShocky.
Okay.
Look cool. I don't know if I'm from FPSs, but I'm not reading them there yet. High on Life 2, which is another FPS that looks weird. Dawn Walker, which is by the Witcher people. You play a guy who's like a vampire at night and like a human in the day, but it's by the Witcher people, so people are excited for it. It could be pretty good. They're pretty good at their narrative stuff. Keeper, which I don't remember what Keeper was. You're a walking like lighthouse. I really don't know what the game's supposed to be like. You're a walking lighthouse. That's all I know. And then a Plague Tale Legacy. Again, it was just a trailer. You don't see any gameplay, but I guess it's just like part of the Plague Tale thing, which is like I think like a less combaty God of War type thing. Not God of War, is it Last of Us-y? Better. Last of Us-y. Elder Scrolls Online. You all know Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Fate's End, which actually looks good. Fate's End, if you haven't seen it, Demi, I think you should check out that trailer. You'd like that trailer. It looks good.
Fate's End.
It reminds me a little bit of it's Hollow Knighty with upscale graphics almost.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one. Yeah.
It's the people that made. I forgot the other game they made, but it looked good when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, this looks good." Persona 4, Age of Mythology, Mudang, which was I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest, when I saw it. Invincible versus this. The trailer for that looked good, but the gameplay
looked cack.
Yeah. The trailer looked like I was like, oh my god! And then you see the gameplay, and you're like, nah, this is just
That took me off as well.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Complete Edition, and I'm like, okay, it's like the 15 edition or 14? No, 16.
Is it an MMO or is it a 16?
No. 16. It's just like the game. Yeah.
But I've never played 16, I can't.
Yeah, it's we won't get into it, it's fine. Final Fantasy 7 integrated, a lot of re-releases. Sea of Thieves, would like Sea of Thieves. Beast of Reincarnation, which I think you're like a girl with the samurai sword, like fighting monsters and plants around it. So it's a bit, I'm not really sure what the gameplay's like, really. Fallout 76, Aphelion, which I don't remember what Aphelion was. Sort of leveling a Rise of a Dragon. I saw that and I was like, really?
I don't play anime games.
I was like, you guys are hard cash grab. But okay. Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf, which I don't remember what that one was either. Super Meat Boy 3D, which I'm like, was 3D the right way to go? It would be good. I don't know. There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, which is like, it seems to be like a Eldritchy, not puzzly, but maybe slightly puzzly, sort of like clean up our neighborhood type thing. Like you think you have like all these guns that like soak up like stuff and push them somewhere else and move chairs and stuff, but it's like there's like a mystery underneath where like you're trying to find your dad and your dad's disappeared and you think your dad basically found out some stuff and then basically people in the town basically like either murdered him or put him somewhere, we don't know. Animo, which looked like Power World, but you turn into the pals. And Chronos the New Dawn. I actually don't remember what that was. Funny enough. Don't remember what that one was. There's so many games. But yeah, that was the Xbox showcase. I'm going to go quickly. Only one I'm looking forward to here, Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm curious to see what Blood of the Dawnwalker will be like. And that might be it. And Elijah?
Ninja Gaiden, but I think as well. Nothing. Maybe that Hollow Knight that game Fate End looks interesting.
Fate End,
as well.
Sorry, I didn't say Fate End.
Yeah,
Fate End. Yeah,
that looked interesting. But then again, Silk Soul's coming out this year, so I don't know when the other game's coming out. Maybe it's next year.
But... I mean, this one's going to be, if it's exclusive to, it might not be exclusive to Xbox, but if it is, we won't be able to play it for.
Then it doesn't matter.
Demi.
Because I didn't really keep an eye on it. I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is just Ninja Gaiden. Of course, Hollow Knight. But that's gonna come out on Switch 2 eventually. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it might.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. They did announce it first on the Switch 2.
Yeah, they might end up like pulling it, but it being on Steam for But I don't know how they handle it. Maybe you need the Xbox thing to just play on your computer.
Maybe.
But I'd almost rather play it on my PlayStation. But anyway.
But yeah, I mean, that's really it. Like, I wouldn't. Yeah. I think that's it for me, personally.
Okay.
Looking forward
move on to. I mean, all in all, I'd say just one thing to say, I guess, before we move on, that this is it me because every year they do this, right? every year this happens. They have state of plays and showcases every year or every few years. I forget.
Mhm.
And why is this one more like busy and exciting than the last one? I don't
Not
like. I don't know if
sure.
I'm like, have I not been paying attention every year? Because this one, I was like, there are so many games, like so many announcements. Has it just sort of like cascaded? Are we just in a serious situation where all these games that are being developed are suddenly just being announced in like this year? Because I swear they have state of plays all the time, and I'm just like, I just
But it's
shrug.
boring, yeah.
But this year, it's just been crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's a lot. That's something that might even be cancelled for me now. But because one thing I did notice about a lot of the trailers is that you can't see gameplay in a lot of the trailers. Like some of the games you see, and you have no idea what the gameplay is like. You're just like, what is this game? It looks cool, but I have no idea what it's like. Like maybe there's a case of like, oh, we just need to put ourselves out there, and actually the gameplay isn't ready yet, or like not properly ready yet. Like you can't really like it's not like Silksong, but especially with the 3D ones, because you can see a 3D one and you just have to guess what the gameplay is like, especially when you don't see any UI. But for 2D ones, you can really just sort of, you look at it and you just know what the gameplay is like.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. It is a bit annoying when people they don't show their gameplay. Like if I look at the Game of Thrones one, it's just like you didn't show any gameplay.
There's no gameplay.
Just
you don't need to sell it. You're selling the Game of Thrones. I think indie games tend to be more gameplay focused because I need to show you that this game actually plays well versus like
No, go on.
No, I'm just saying, like, ever since like 2015, when they kind of found the formula for hype gameplay, when they did like the FF7 remake and they didn't show any gameplay, and you didn't even know it was FF7 until like the very end. Like obviously, for the original FF7 fan, you'll know from the little things that they'll show Midgar, and then they'll show finally the Buster Sword, and then you see Barrett and Cloud, and you're like, oh my god, this.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it was enough to say, we're going to buy the game. We don't even care how it plays. Like, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. For things like Game of Thrones, and fine, you don't need
sells
to,
itself. The name
it might sell itself. Yeah. But there are loads of other games that aren't that still don't have anything.
Yeah, but I mean, even Naughty Dog has its own brand. Like, what's that Intergalactic game? No gameplay. It was just, the Asian lady what was she chewing gum, and you just see Naughty Dog on it. And you're like, oh, new IP, Naughty Dog, it has to be good.
Yeah. In fact, I almost have to give more respect to people ones that did show gameplay. Silent Hill F showed gameplay. Pragmata showed very small amount of gameplay, not a lot. Bloodstain showed gameplay. Ghost of Yotei didn't show gameplay. I think they showed gameplay before.
Maybe. Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah. Tokon showed gameplay.
That's a fair point. Tokon did show gameplay.
Tokon showed gameplay. I feel like not showing the gameplay is really misleading. In fact, did you see the Witcher 4 thing?
The
and there's like a whole thing going around about how like that isn't the actual game.
Oh.
Because at the bottom it says not actual gameplay.
Yeah, but it said that with everything though.
Yeah, but like it's like I'm sure when you watch the thing, right? I was like, this is all very impressive if it's true, because what they're saying the game does, I'm like, that isn't. Did you see what said? That basically while you're playing your main character doing one thing, another part of the room, two NPCs are having an argument about buying bread. And I'm like, this is if this is true, because you're trying to say how seamless and alive everything is, that there are so many different characters doing their own thing all at once with high fidelity and stuff, like even the way she interacts with objects and everything else. I'm just like, if this is real, I'm like, I mean, to be fair, PS5 have been around for so long, they haven't utilized all its power properly yet anyway. But I'm like, is it that powerful now?
Well, is there a PS6 game?
Imagine.
Is it actually just is a PS6? Because there've been rumors, man, a PS6 is coming in the next year or two.
Why they even do? Why
already?
There's rumors that the generation is about to.
I'm sure they're probably working on it, but I'm like, why? Why? You barely sold anything on PS5. Why? There'll be games. They're releasing games on PS6 that'll be playable on PS5. What's the point?
Yeah.
Most of the games they released,
they haven't utilized the power of the PS5 to say.
They haven't.
So that's what I'm hoping.
We need a PS. But people are greedy, man. They want to say, we just want to move on.
Anyway,
because the previous generation was the longest, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fair.
you can go into your main thing before I ramble some more about.
Okay, cool. I thought of this thing called Character Select, right? And because of Marvel Fighting Souls being announced, I thought it would be a good time to do the first of this. I'm thinking we can do it for different franchises and stuff like that. But using a Marvel Tokon as the basis for this, the whole point of this is to basically pick our dream roster based on the most common fighting game archetypes. And the rules are, if someone picks one, you can't pick that person for your list. So we can't have any duplicates, but you need to have one character for each archetype. And they could be returning characters or they could be new characters. It's up to you, entirely up to you. But you kind of have to just like say, okay, I'm going to use so-and-so as a grappler. I was like, oh, why? So just kind of like, you can also explain why they'll make a good grappler, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is that we're first going to do a who goes first? How are we going to figure this out? Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yes.
I'll go from my screen. So on my screen we've got Elijah going first. So I'm going to roll a dice basically to see, and whoever gets the highest number goes first. Whoever
Right.
gets the lowest number goes last.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Cool. And also with the archetypes, you don't have to pick. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. You can.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick Shoto first. You don't have to pick Rushdown first.
But do we pick one type and then we go down that route, or do we just list all of our
one? Yeah, we'll take it in turns.
Okay,
we'll take it in turns.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Cool. So, Elijah, your number is 5.
Yes, you're going first.
Sean, it's a 6-sided dice as well.
Yeah. So
Sean, your number is 6.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Just
and of course my number is going to be the one. I got 1, so I'm going last apparently. Cool.
Easy mode. I'm going to actually give you guys some room. Yeah.
You're going to give some room.
Yeah,
oh wow. Wow.
It's not going to be, because I'm thinking, right, what they're going to do is they're going to pick characters that are currently like in the sphere. You know, like we're not going to get Blackheart, sadly.
Unfortunately.
And we're not going to get Shamugoroth. You know, I'm probably not going to get, well, will we get Sentinel? I don't know.
Sentinel has to be in this.
It has to be a Sentinel. 100%.
I don't know.
100%.
It's just a thing. It's just you have to have a Sentinel.
100%, yeah.
Because maybe, but I think, right, what I'm going to say they might put Hawkeye in there as a zoner.
Yeah.
Because he's in the sphere, you know? Like, he's a character people know. He's been in the movies and all that shit. Like, the only reason Miss Marvel's in there is because she's just, but I wouldn't say she's popular. She's just in the sphere.
Oh, she's really...
Is she popular?
Miss Marvel, yeah, I think
popular amongst like comic people. Yeah, that's what I mean. I remember, well, that helps as well, but I think like, just know, people can see and be like, oh, I know who that is, you know, rather than putting a character like no one knows. So yeah, that's mine as a zoner.
Okay.
Give you a room in it.
So who's your zoner? It was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah.
Okay.
He can't be anything else.
Yeah.
He can only be a zoner.
Okay. I like grapplers. They're one of my favorite archetypes. So for grappler, it'll probably be one of the Hulks. I'll say Red Hulk as a grappler.
Oh, that's not a bad guess.
That's quite a good. Quite a good one.
I'm thinking
not She-Hulk, huh?
Yeah, I mean but I'm just thinking in the space of not Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah, she feels like Rushdown. She's a bit quicker.
Was she a mixer?
It's me. You're right. Maybe she's more of a Rushdown. What? Wait, who's a current Rushdown?
Who's the Rushdown?
But this is the thing though. Are we thinking Marvel versus Capcom? We're thinking arc systems because those they kind of the way in play is different.
That's the conversation.
I'm not thinking Marvel v Capcom. I'm thinking arc systems. Arc systems are not going to go and copy Marvel v Capcom. They're going to be like more Blaze Blue, Dragon Ball Fighters. Yeah. I don't think, because I'm just looking at the gameplay now. It's not as fast as Fighters. It feels more like
it's slightly slower than Fighters. But
yeah, so I'm thinking, is it
pretty quick?
Is it Blaze? It's not really Guilty Gear either. So maybe it's more Blaze Blue. I don't know.
Guilty Gear is kind of slower than Dragon Ball Fighters, right?
So I didn't mean Blaze Blue. I mean Grand Blue.
Oh, Is Granblue
It feels. I think
because I feel like Granblue could play. They're not the same, but because I've only seen a couple of clips, I haven't seen that much Granblue stuff. Are the characters quite varied in Granblue?
not
Like,
really.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, will it be
in
like
DBZ,
Strive?
in DBZ, they're not really that varied
No,
in
they
relation
just
to like the scope of their abilities. Like, there's probably a grappler type in DBZ, but it's not really a
But
grappler.
it's not really that important.
Yeah.
In the grand
You know what I
scheme.
mean?
maybe it will be like Strive. I just don't think. Yeah, I hope it's more like Strive because I really like the way Strive plays. But
Right.
I just say
Wait,
yeah.
So how are you going to use that?
I'm using in the context of how Strive plays. If I'm thinking like a Potemkin, I'm thinking
Potemkin
Red Hulk because
as
just
a Potemkin?
That's
Yeah.
quite
slow
good.
and it's Hulk smash. He's smashing the ground. He's knocking you. Then he uses the chance to get in and then bits you. It's like, what's he gonna do now? Is he just gonna try and
That's quite a good
throw
pick, actually.
plus frames in your face, or is he just gonna do a big old Hulk smash? You know that smash where he does a low key against
Yeah.
Loki. But that's the. I'm thinking
Yeah,
that's the
that's his
super.
throw.
Yeah, that's the throw, or maybe might be one of the
Puny
super.
God.
Oh, I know. Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait.
So I'm
Had
thinking
one.
that, but that's the first one that comes to mind. So yeah, let me throw it to Demi to drop his little
Okay.
archetype.
So I'm gonna go a bit left field. I'm gonna go to my puppet.
If you,
I'm gonna go to puppet.
I think I know you're gonna wait. Let me see.
I'm gonna say the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor.
Oh, really?
Oh,
you know what?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's a bit weird, but she's in the
she is in the thing.
She's in the stratosphere.
She's in the stratosphere. That would actually be pretty good because we've had Phoenix already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forget who was in the last game, the bad one. Who was like a new character in the back? Because they didn't even have anybody because they couldn't use them, right?
They didn't have any
good characters were just gone.
It's not even that they decided not to because they didn't want to promote them. It's not that they couldn't use them. Stupid. So stupid.
Weird line of thinking. Like they've been in the game for like ages, but you don't want to promote them. Okay, fine, whatever.
Stupid.
Do you only get so you've taken out Grappler, you've taken out Zona, you've taken out Puppet.
Yeah. But
how would that work with her being a puppet? What would she be puppeting?
So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Demons. That's what she does.
Oh,
that's what she's known for.
Are they like hallucinations in the comic?
They're real.
They're real. Mm-hmm. She makes like demons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will she be controlling the puppets, or will she be like hitting the? Who's the character in Guild Gear that does this? Like she produces these little toys and she just throws them at you. So, oh god, I can't strive. Oh, I can't remember what her name is.
Blackheart did something similar where some of his attacks would send little demons at you.
That's what I was thinking. She'll be similar to Blackheart.
But Blackheart isn't a puppeteer.
He's not a puppet.
He's a Zona.
Yeah, but she'll be a puppet.
Be a puppet user. Okay, interesting take. Okay.
Just to clarify, you can still choose your own puppets. By the way, as in, we don't. You still have the rest of the list to pick your characters.
Yeah, because I thought a more obvious puppet would be Rocket and Groot.
Why Rocket Groot be...
not puppet in the way that you use Zato when you kind of control them at the same time. But it's more like Rocket's out of the picture, here comes Groot. Groot's out of the picture, here comes Rocket, and that's kind of how you control them.
Right.
So kind of commander type puppet. But I think maybe he'll be a standalone, and then Groot will be an assist. Maybe that's how they use it when it comes to the actual gameplay.
Maybe.
But
or they just have them as one.
Yeah, they might just have them as one. But I can kind of see a puppet thing going on if you. Yeah, I could see it. It depends how you use your puppets. But
they already have Star-Lord there. I mean, as you said, because it's 4 aside, they probably will have to have like a lot of characters to make it like not be the same. Because 8 wouldn't be enough.
No, their starting would probably
it has to be like 32 or something.
50, yeah, more than that maybe. Yeah, because it's 4. Remember, it's not 3; it's 4. So 4,
like
times
4,
that,
8,
yeah,
16, 32. Yeah,
so you need at least 10 or 12 different. So it might even be up to 50. Who knows?
50 would be good.
Yeah,
because I feel it'd be hard to. Because I guess if one problem I'm thinking is like if it's maybe they've done a lot already. If it's coming next year, and they want 50 characters in there, like that's a lot of diversity, which means that the characters might actually be quite simple. Because back in the day, like Spider-Man had 1, 2, 3, 4, like more than 6 abilities or up to 6 abilities. Like, giving 6 abilities, distinct abilities to 50 characters on release. That if Arc System do it in a way where it's like everybody's a bit different, you know.
I mean, it depends if they have enough time to do it. But Guilty Gear shows that they can do it, but they had time.
Yeah, they can do it by next
year.
But
they had the time to. Yeah, that means they've already. I don't know. That's a good.
Maybe it won't be 50 on release. Maybe it'd be like slightly less.
Yeah,
maybe one multiples of 4. It'd be something else. Maybe like 40 something.
Yeah, it has to be hard. 4 characters is a lot.
Yeah.
4v4.
So
how's it go from here then, Demi? You can pick
we'll
one.
keep going. Yeah, sure.
So me again.
You choose your next character.
Daredevil.
Ooh.
What archetype?
He's never been in any beat 'em up for the MVCs before, and he's there. He's just around now. So Daredevil as a stance? Well, because he's not really a Shoto.
He could be a stance.
So the only thing I'm thinking in this list is like stance or rushdown. Because rushdowns don't have to be heavy, do they?
No. Like Cammy is a rushdown.
Yeah, or maybe he'd be more of a rushdown. Either that or a Shoto, but I don't see him much as a Shoto. Also, I feel like Shotos are like an easy way out. Like, who's a Shoto? Who has ever been a Shoto? Cyclops.
I feel like Cyclops is a rushdown, I ain't gonna lie.
Wow, 3 different people. The way my friend plays Cyclops, he's not a zoner.
He just rushes
in your face.
Depends how you play.
Maybe you're right. Maybe more of a rushdown. You're right. More of a rushdown. Like, okay, so who is a Shoto in Marvel vs. Capcom? That's a Marvel character.
Wolverine, I would say. Maybe. Is Wolverine's
a Shoto?
No, it's a rushdown.
He's got Fireball.
Yeah, right.
Shotos have Fireballs.
Captain America.
Yeah. I
would say he's a Shoto.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because Captain America is much slower than the other two. And he has a Fireball, and he has a Rising, whatever. Does he have like a bad Tatsumaki where he just kicks your face and then sweeps?
Yeah, he does. Well, Cyclops.
No, that's Cyclops.
Cyclops has that.
Cyclops is a mix, man. He's like a Shoto rushdown or some shit because he has beams. Doesn't have a charge really, but he has beams. He has uppercuts. He has.
I think he has a charge,
Does he?
I think he has a charge, and it just brings out this combo.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Cyclops is better.
He's just everything.
That was your Daredevil as a rushdown.
Your rushdown. Okay, that's quite good. Who's your next character, Elijah?
I'm thinking Juggernaut as a charge character.
Juggernaut. Why? Oh, you think Juggernaut will come back? Juggernaut's only been like the last ones. I mean, he'd be good if he's in there.
He's very current in the comics.
Yeah, I think by the time Marvel Tokon comes, that's the thing. So, because I'm thinking, the way they're doing it now, it seems like they're all linked to the MCU, so maybe he can't come back yet.
Well, I just think it's more likely they'll be linked to the MCU because it's very telling that Doom's there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
When I saw Doom, I was
but then again, you saw Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider's not in the MCU.
But then again, he has been.
But
he's been an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, actually, but he's been in the Sphere.
So he's been in this. Yeah, wait.
And there's been movies of him.
Was there any character that they showed that's not in the MCU?
Storm
hasn't been MCU.
Not in the MCU, but she's part of the MCU in the Marvel package. With what do you call it?
I guess
because she's quite she's a known character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you see her and be like, oh, everybody knows who Storm is.
Of course.
Okay, no, Juggernaut has to be there. Then I'm thinking if X-Men animated series is there, then Juggernaut can come in.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Juggernaut is a charge character. Yeah.
Is a charge character a rushdown? Is that
no?
What is it? Its own category.
They can be rushdown, yeah. Because I'm thinking
Bison, Guile.
So Guile's a zoner that you can make rushdown, but he's more of a zoner.
Sorry, you said charge and charge character.
Yeah, charge character. Yeah, I'm just thinking he'll be more rushdown. So because he's just sitting there, he's doing that little charge and doing that headbutt and stuff like that. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see that being interesting. But then has there been charge characters in Arcs games?
I don't know.
Back forward. When you say charge, you mean like hold back forward, right?
Hold back, down forward, down forward. Like
for some reason, I wouldn't be surprised if that command exists in Guilty Gear. Like,
just can't think of a charge.
Isn't Axel a charge character?
He's a zoner.
Yeah, Axel's
No, but
But his gameplay
his
is a charge
gameplay.
type.
So when you say charge, because charge isn't in here. Charge isn't rush down. Charge is
Is
you
zone.
build, you have to it's you hold down up attack or you pull back.
It depends how you do
You're
it.
charging it.
Yeah, I don't want to mix games. But if you look at Capcom, like you wouldn't call Balrog a zoner.
No, but he's a charge character.
But he's a rush down. Like he's like
a rush
a
down.
mix. I think
he's like a ticking time. Was like he's putting pressure on you.
Yeah, but actually, he's only a rush down if you play him that way.
But how else would you? Unless you just
turn.
Google this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I see some defensive, but you jump and he goes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you can play him as a like charge
you can
character.
play him. Yeah, it's true.
But technically, you can play any character as a rush down.
Yeah,
really. But some characters are just better.
I wouldn't call him a zone. I know you mean he's slow, but I wouldn't call him a zoner. That's
I wouldn't. I didn't call. I didn't call.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but like in the archetype that Demi has put down, it's hard to.
I think it kind of.
And I didn't put every archetype because it will just get a very long list. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's some people that they do a bit of both. Like Cyclops feels at least 2 of these things or 3. Like Jesus,
because he's also got a grapple.
Yeah, but he's not a grappler.
Yeah, that's a grappler hybrid, right? Oh yeah, Juggernaut would have a command grab for sure.
Yeah.
That'll make it a bit annoying. Yeah, you know those command. So he'll be a grappler, but not in the sense, not like a Zangief kind of.
Yeah,
no,
he's got so many different command throws and stuff. It's more like he's got to put pressure on you. When he comes next to you, then he's got the big ass command grab that takes like half of your life.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah,
cool.
Your turn.
I'm gonna go for my Shoto, which will be Shang-Chi.
Is it?
Yeah, Shang-Chi will be my Shoto.
Easy.
If you want, you could also give him the rings if you want. Just give him a projectile. But
I'm gonna give him the rings. Maybe I don't know. The style that they've used in this is quite like distinct. It's hard to really like tie it into. I mean, the only one that really looks like themselves is Miss Marvel. But other fact that she has big eyes. But everybody else, but actually Doom 3 is pretty much just like Doom. Captain America is wearing a jacket. Spider-Man looks like
it's a Gundam.
He plays for like the soccer team or something. And Iron Man is a Gundam.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they didn't make Doom a Gundam.
Yeah. He looks really cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think Shang-Chi is an easy one.
Yeah.
Easy Shoto. Yeah.
Come on, go for a hard one. Like a gimmick one. Who'll be a gimmick? I should have been thinking while you guys were saying something.
I've got my glass cannon in my head.
Wanda.
Okay,
Wanda. Yeah.
As a gimmick?
No, as a gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that would make any sense. I mean, to be fair, you could make a gimmick is just a gimmick in it. But I think it should be more like puppet. I reckon she could do a puppet thing, but I'm sort of torn between puppet and stance for her, because I think it'd be interesting for her to have a stance. Like each stance is like a spell type or something. You know?
Oh, yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Actually, I'll do stance.
Okay, stance.
Oh.
All right, I've got
that's quite interesting.
I've got Nightcrawler glass cannon.
You bastards.
I'm thinking, if you see Guilty Gear Strive, I'm thinking Chip Zanoff. He's coming in, high speed, teleports, mix-up city. But once you catch him, once you scratch him, you catch him with a good ass combo, that's 3/4 of your life gone.
This guy took my rush down.
If he gets you in that kind of that loop, you're in trouble. Like if you see Chip playing Guilty Gear Strive, you see what I mean? It's just constantly, he's got so many different tricks and ways you can mix people up. Mad annoying, but once you catch him, then it's peak. But yeah,
so which glass cannon?
Yeah.
I get confused between glass cannon and rushdown.
Glass cannon is more like they've got a ridiculous moveset, a lot of mix-ups. Yeah, a lot of mix-ups, a lot of plus frames, but they die easy. So you're thinking Akuma, you're thinking Chip in Guilty Gear Strive,
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Okay, I think Rushdown, and I was watching a video and they say Rushdown. They put Chip in Rushdown. So I was getting confused.
I know why it's Rushdown, because of the way he plays. But they call him a glass cannon because of his life.
Okay.
He's got the lowest life in the game. Yeah. He's got the lowest life in the game.
So glass cannon should be its own category then. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
it could be. It could be tied in with Rushdown.
It's like a subcategory.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Because
because you put it.
most glass cannons are rush downs, aren't they?
Because you put
Yeah,
who has
like,
you rushed down?
Who,
Nightcrawler.
me? Oh, him, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Okay. So what was Juggernaut then?
Juggernaut was a grappler. He was a charge character, but it was more of a grappler, yeah. Because if you got command grab, you're a grappler, technically.
But you said Red Hawk was your grappler.
Oh, yeah, you put too many.
Oh, I've already picked him. Okay, man. Oh, it's one of each. That's true. Okay,
So it makes the game a bit harder because
because I thought charge character. Okay, I can't really. Oh, Juggernaut wouldn't work. Then I have to take him out. Then. Sick.
There can only be one.
So what have I got there? I've got to put someone as a Shoto then.
Yeah.
Shoto's really the hardest one to
Shoto's
make,
easy.
like,
Shoto's easy, Iceman.
because I'm just Iceman Shoto.
Yeah. Come on, you're throwing ice balls at pop. Come on, man. That's easy.
That's
a fireball. Iceman's a fireball.
What's his hurricane kick going to be then?
We ain't thinking Marvel v Capcom. We're thinking Arc Systems. It's completely different. Completely different.
Yeah, but Shoto is
so funny.
is a Capcom thing.
No, Shoto isn't Guilty Gear. Look at
Yeah, but it's based off like
it's Kai.
Ryu
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
It's based off Ryu and Ken,
Kai's
isn't it?
Shoto.
Isn't Shoto
Well,
based off
Shoto
Ryu
is
and
like
Ken?
the more balanced kind of
Is
character.
It's
that
a
what I
more
mean?
balanced.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a more balanced
When I
character.
think Shoto, I think Ryu Ken.
Yeah, that's the archetype, but like Mario in Smash Brothers is Shoto.
Yeah, but
For
he
example.
literally is Ryu and Ken.
He literally is really
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
if you got projectile, you are a Shoto.
You need
most
like a
part.
projectile, you need an uppercut.
Yeah.
You need a projectile, you need an
Ice
uppercut, and you need a
uppercut.
gap closer.
Ice uppercut, yeah, easy, man. It's easy.
Yeah, ice uppercut.
Ice was an easy Shoto. Like,
Literally.
you think you can't do a Dragon Punch?
Literally, like any character could be a Shoto.
Iceman
Just have
could
to
be a
get creative
Shoto.
with it.
Iceman could be a Shoto.
If you
You
got
just
a
have to get
projectile, you
creative
can
with
go
it.
from there. You got a projectile,
Yeah.
you can be a Shoto.
Fair,
True.
Okay, I will go.
What?
That's so funny.
Fireball?
That is so funny.
What was- While you're thinking, do you know what you're doing already?
Um,
Because I had a
Yes.
question basically, which was like,
Go on.
what was Iceman's at rank when he was in Marvel Superheroes? Do you know?
what was his archetype?
Mm.
I think he was a zoner. He only
Yes,
had like
maybe he
two
was a
moves.
zoner. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
And that
ice
grab.
rock and ice beam.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, that's true. He was a zoner. Yeah, go. Right, go.
I will say my rush down. My rush down will be Yelena,
Use Elena
as in
again.
The Black Widow.
That will be my rush down.
It's not a bad one. That's
Initially,
not a bad
I
one.
was gonna make her my grappler, but I was like, it would be better for her to be a rush down because I'm like, why is she grappling the Hulk? For what for? So yeah.
I'm torn between two people. Two that I think might be quite likely. I'll pick this one, Bucky Barnes, as a Shoto. I
Bucky
think
Barnes is a Shoto.
That's sure.
he has gun, he has uppercut,
He has grenades.
he has grenade.
You know,
If Iceman can be
that
a
could
Shoto,
work.
Bucky Barnes can be a Shoto.
Okay, I'm thinking
Bucky
that he'd
Barnes
be
can
more like
do it.
happy chaos if he's gonna do that. But
What's
what I
Happy
got,
Chaos?
in Guilty Gear Strive, when the guy with the guns, when he shoots it.
Oh,
he
the one where he
reloads.
just like, oh yeah.
But
Okay, you know what? They probably be more. You probably be more like that. But the categories I have are these, isn't it? So-
Okay, yeah,
because,
fair enough.
Because you would say like, what's his name? What's the main character in Guilty Gear? The red one.
Soul Bad Guy.
So bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a Shoto, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, and so is Kai.
yeah, they're both Shotos,
Yeah.
balanced characters and pick 'em up,
Yeah.
vanilla.
Okay.
What else? What other categories?
What do I have left? What do I have left? It's
I think I've got Gimmick. If that's it.
gimmick is going to be so hard. I've done Zona, Stance, Shoto. Have I done Grappler?
I don't think you've done
I
great.
should have written the list. I'm going to write my list.
You should write it down in the
Yeah,
bus.
because I've forgotten now.
Yeah, it's true. I should have.
You'll forget.
Because I picked.
We should have 4 more categories each left, I think.
4 more.
Four
Yeah.
more.
So I know I have-
Can you say them again?
Well,
Sorry.
I have
They're
4
in
left.
the chat. They're in
Awesome.
chat. If you look at your chat, they're there.
I have 4 left anyway.
I know I have Gimmick left, and I have Puppet left, and I have Rushdown left. Rushdown and Grappler, I think I have left.
Jeez Louise. Who would I use as a stance?
Whose turn was it?
Elijah.
It's my turn.
You can't pick another Grappler.
I got to think of gimmick. Who's a gimmick character that I want to use?
But I think even if
So it'll be easier. Gimmick will be Deadpool, man. That's easy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He probably will be in it.
Yeah, but he'll be a gimmick character. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
He just does stupid stuff and use him. I think he'll use people's moves and stuff like that to try and take the piss. And
yeah. That's why he did Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's gonna do Hadouken.
I nearly picked him, but I didn't.
That's a pretty good gimmick.
Yeah. I'm going to go for my gimmick, which will be, this one's a bit weird, Cassandra Nova.
That's a gimmick.
Oh, that's not bad.
As a gimmick.
That's not bad.
I thought she would be a glass cannon. Fair enough.
She's weird.
She just does gimmick glass cannon.
Yeah, but she just does weird stuff in it, like putting her fingers in your head, and just kind of, she's just one of those really like obscure characters that they don't really have many rules. So her as a gimmick character could do some really interesting stuff.
Okay. I've got my grappler, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, as a grappler. Okay. That's interesting.
Ooh.
I think it makes sense.
That's pretty interesting.
I think it makes sense. And also, he's current at the moment.
That is true.
Like, I think they probably will have at least one Fantastic Four member, if not all of them eventually.
Yeah.
Because also they're in Rivals.
Yeah.
I think a lot of characters who are in Rivals would be like there. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good one.
I've got my stance, so this one's easy though.
Go on then.
Thanos is your stance.
Thanos is your stance
that's
character.
pretty good.
And the stances represent the Infinite Stones. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a character in Guilty Gear, like, what's his name? Ashura. He's like this really weird character that's got different books, and every book determines how you play. And I think you can kind of use that kind of concept when it comes to his Infinity Stones.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
So each stone kind of represents the kind of moves that he can use, and he just kind of cycles around them. Maybe it's almost like a roulette. But yeah, I think he'll be a good stance character.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
I just literally changed my stance character
to
it was initially going to be Gambit.
Makes sense. Yeah, I know why. Yeah, okay.
But I was like, let's get a bit more creative. Namor as the stance character,
like stance because of his wings, and stance flying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you change your stance to do aerial or ground based attacks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Almost there.
Going hard now. My Rushdown will probably be Carnage.
Oh, okay.
Because part of it was like Venom might be in it because but I was like, Venom's already been there. I think a more interesting one would try and put someone who actually hasn't been there, and Carnage hasn't been there. Carnage would be my Rushdown.
That's a good one. It suits his character as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I think I've got Zona. That's the one I've got left. And Zona would be Dr. Octopus.
What's so funny?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I was going to pick Dr. Octopus.
That's pretty good.
I was, But I was going to make him a grappler. But,
I was thinking of maybe grappler.
Good. Yeah. Both, but you already used grappler.
But I was thinking Zona because of the 8 limbs, and it would just be such a bastard to get. You're thinking douse him, and it's like, oh damn! How am I going to get him? Imagine having to fly up, and there's a button you press to knock him down this way. He'll sweep you as well, and you're thinking, oh my days, this guy's a bastard.
It'd be pretty good, like a Zona grappler.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
Yeah. My Zona.
My puppet now, Jesus.
I'm
going to troll with my puppet. Just wait.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna pick the most random person.
It's gonna be so weird.
My Zona would be Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
pretty good.
I hear it.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave my my puppet for last. My gimmick, I think, maybe my gimmick maybe Kitty Pride, maybe because I think
Huh.
making a combat system with her powers would be quite funny if they do it like well, where she's just invulnerable for like some weird amount of times, and you can like make yourself vulnerable halfway. Like you do the punch doesn't hit, then you make yourself vulnerable, and your arm comes off. Yeah, I think for her, I think gimmick because I don't know how they'd even make that work, so I'm gonna just let them.
That could be interesting. Maybe she can just like put half a body into the ground.
Yeah,
to avoid fireballs.
And then her highs become lows. Like it's just weird. She has that dragon as well, so it's just like weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't actually even know how it would work, so I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sure. Better off. The best thing she can fit in there is going to be again. Technically, she could also have been a rushdown ish because you can move through fireballs and stuff. But anyway,
yeah, technically, yeah.
My puppet is going to be ridiculous.
I must have one more. Maybe it's Rushdown.
You should have written your stuff down.
Because no, so I'm looking at the list. I've done Shoto, I've done Grappler.
Because you said your rushdown was a Nightcrawler. Wait.
No, I said
You said Glass Cannon, but
I said Glass
there's
Cannon,
no
but
Glass Cannon.
So
it's a
it'll be
rushdown.
Rushdown. I've done Zona. I've done Puppet with Groot and Gear. I've done Stance with Thanos. I've done Gimmick with Deadpool. So what have I not done? I've done Shoto of Iceman. So I've done them all. That's it. No, I've done them all. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You should have at least one more.
You should have at least one
hold
more.
on,
But I don't know which one it is.
Shoto is Iceman. Grappler is Red Hulk. Rushdown is
for a Nightcrawler.
It's Nightcrawler. Right? I said my Zona was Doc Ock. I said my Puppet was Groot and Rocket.
But yeah,
my stance character is Thanos. My gimmick character is Deadpool.
Oh yeah, he has done it.
So you have done all.
So yeah,
that's interesting.
Don't know how that happened.
I don't know. Yeah. Probably the chat will tell us. Maybe I cheated. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I think you might have cheated. I have one more. I have just a grappler. And my grappler would be. Do I want to use this though? Is that what I want to do? Yeah. I think I'll just do it. My grappler would be Armor from X-Men.
That's pretty cool. I think I like her character, even though she's never been in anything outside of the comics, as I'm aware. But she's like, she really should be in the. Oh wait, no, is she in? Oh, she's in the. No, that's not her. That's not Armor. That's somebody else. That's Doctor something. She hasn't been in any like live action thing
like that. No,
but she's a cool character. She's still in the comics as well, so I'm like, she's not.
Yeah, bad she's the main character of the Ultimates comics.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
My puppets will be Professor Xavier. Just pause some.
What's he puppeteering?
Some C-list X-Men just come in and they're just like,
oh my god. What's he puppeteering, bro?
To me, my X-Men.
The rubbish one, yeah, just says to me, my X-Men, then you get
Maggot
comes in, freaking Marrow comes in, all the ones that are like just rubbish, they're just be removed. Even though they're not rubbish, but they're just not even there anymore. They just come in and they just do their thing.
Oh my gosh. Is he in his wheelchair though? Like in the other versus game?
He's in his wheelchair.
Like an X-Men Generations.
Otherwise, he'd just be a bald guy. He has to be in his wheelchair.
Okay, I've got. That's so messed up.
Right, that's my puppet.
I've got one more secret category, which is guest character. Now the guest character, yeah. So in every fighting game they have a cameo character that's not from the franchise, but it's a guest character. Like,
but it is still a Marvel character.
It cannot be a Marvel character from another franchise that they'll choose as their first another guest character that is not from the Marvel franchise that you would choose for this game?
I think I kind of have one.
I've got one, but it's easy.
I don't.
Might be the same thing though as Elijah. Elijah, what was yours?
It has to be someone from Arc Systems. So it has to be someone from. It has to be.
It doesn't have to be. It most likely will be.
No, I'm just thinking realistically, it would be.
Realistically, it will be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
I think realistically it will be. I think you're right about that. You can pick one of those, Elijah, if you want. Because that does make a lot of sense.
I don't want to blur the lines. Like, it wouldn't be like a... It can't be Capcom, because I just think that there will be too much hostility for it to be realistic. It could be SNK.
Oof, that would be
because
nice.
I feel like because SNK is owned by Saudi, they would want to do some sort of a collab. They'll be more open to it because of the way... with Riyadh season and the way they're really promoting Fatal Fury, they'll pay the big money to get an SNK character.
That would be pretty cool. I love SNK.
So if it's SNK, it has to be Terry Bogard. That
it'll probably be Terry,
character.
So your guess would be Terry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be Terry or be Kyo, but it'll most likely be Terry. Terry's more
I think
well-known than
it'll
Kyo.
be Terry. It will be Terry. It has to be like the SNK, Mr. SNK.
Yeah. I was gonna say Invincible.
Do you know that's what I was going to say? You know,
that's such a good one as well.
Do you know what? That's what I was going to pick.
Because there have been cameos where he has met Spider-Man. Technically.
Oh yeah, because of the whole. That's such a good one. Yeah.
You guys be taking all my. This is what happened in the last place.
Invincible, that's crazy. That's such a good one. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
That's who I would have chosen as well.
Otherwise, I'm like, I don't know any other one.
Okay. I'm going to say this one's a bit left field, but because I'll explain why. I will say, All Might.
That's also not.
It actually makes so much sense.
It makes sense though.
That's also not bad. That's also not bad.
Oh, I wish I could have another one.
Superheroes.
Yeah, that's also not
bad. Apparently,
I wish I could do another one.
What's his name? The guy.
Now that I think about it, man was sucks, bro.
No, but yours logically makes sense.
It would make more sense to have a Persona character in there, not bloody SNK character.
maybe to be fair.
But
that's fun.
The reason I chose him is that Elijah, you were talking about the person that did My Hero doing the character designs or something along those lines, right?
Yes, true. Yeah.
Was it? Is it? Oh shit!
There's a rumor that
that's a rumor.
Oh god, no wonder everybody thinks All Might then.
So that's why I said All Might, because he'll make sense in this.
Yeah,
he wouldn't look out of place.
Any of them. So most of the main hitters, most of the main hitters in Boku no would make sense.
Either All Might or Deku, but All Might makes so much sense.
All Might, Deku, or what's his face? All
Might fits the hero. He is the superhero kind of.
Yeah. But like, if you even look at Deku and Miss Marvel basically look like they come from the same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. That's why people thought that.
I see.
Because she might be the illustrator in this, but that's a very
that's
good.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one.
That's my best contribution to this episode.
Literally.
You just came on fire, bro. That's crazy.
You just thought of that now.
Well, the guest. All Might.
Yeah. That's a very good. That's a very good
one.
idea.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Imagine if you actually use a guest character.
I mean, after you said that, I'm like, it's possible one of them might be in there.
Yeah.
After you said that, I'm like, it would fit.
Imagine getting All Might in there. That's crazy.
I think he might be too big, but
he's huge.
But it does make sense that at least one of them might, if not All Might, then Deku.
Yeah.
All Might would be like first.
That's pretty good though.
That's a really good.
Yeah. Because also like Deku has more options.
Yeah. He's a bit of everyone.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Whereas All Might is just really strong. That's it.
Yeah.
But Deku has loads of stuff he could do.
He's got Shoto, he's got grappling, he's got Zona.
Yeah, he has just loads of design elements that can be
to be anything he wants to be.
To be pulled into like different.
Whereas All Might is just smack. Rush down.
Yeah, All Might is just basically like speed and power. That's it.
Yeah,
and it would be kind of a boring character to design unless they implement his power off.
How funny would it be if they bring in Homelander as the villain? Well, they make him.
I really hope they don't.
No, it wouldn't make any sense in the set because they'd have to really. Yeah, they would have to really wind him down to not be as like
so much that he probably won't even be Homelander anymore.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense, but it'll be funny.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, cool. Good one.
Elijah, did you want to try again with your guest? You seem very disappointed.
I'm very disappointed. No, it's not. I can't cheat.
It's just
I can't
gonna leave
cheat.
it.
That was just I'm just very,
still-
very disappointed with my choice.
It's a logical choice, but it wasn't as fun as the
It
other
wasn't
two,
as
I
fun
guess.
as the other two. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking logical, and that's what kind of killed it. But yeah, it's all good. That's what happens when you go first, isn't it? You always come with the worst. You always start with the worst ideas, and then the other people bounce
you
off.
want the middle ones.
Yeah, so they have time to think,
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Cool.
Let's do this.
Let's end it there.
Yes.
Well, thanks for listening or watching if you're on YouTube. What characters would you put in this game? And what other games are you looking forward to coming out eventually if they don't get cancelled? So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I will catch you on the next one.
Peace.